All kinds of people visit Montage, and we plan it that way so you can get as broad a cross-section of the people who have impact on our lives as is possible. Tonight, we're going to narrow down and present to you three men whose names are nearly household words in America, but who come from France. First, from the house of Hermès, fine leather goods, scarves, and perfume. The fourth and fifth generation of the Hermès family, whose forefathers started the business in Paris when Andrew Jackson was our president. Jean Garand Hermès, and with him his son, Xavier Garand Hermès, fifth generation of Hermès, who started out in 1837 making what in France?
Saddles, harnesses, bridles, everything for the horse.
And how long did the Hermès family do that?
Well, they did it until they're still doing it. I mean, we are still making
still
saddles.
Making saddles?
Oh, yes, we're still making saddles. We do not make any more harnesses, but we do still make...
Well, now, okay, we have a very famous fourth generation making fine leather. Why in 1960 did you make your first perfume, which was
Calèche.
Calèche?
The name was
Calèche.
Calèche, yes.
Why go in the perfume business?
Because it was, as my son has already said, it was a way of having the name more known without hurting the prestige of the house. We know we cannot make thousands of bags a year because they're all made entirely by hand and by ourselves.
Still are?
Still are.
Okay.
And to have our name known, the best way was to have a product which could be sold in more places than only our leather goods.
Right.
We have one shop in Düsseldorf, but we have 5 perfumeries. We sell Amazon, Calèche or Equipage.
Right.
We have one shop in London, on Bond Street. There are 10 department stores in London who sell Hermès. By the way, they sell the perfume.
Right.
Equipage or Amazon now.
Now, was it guaranteed that when you introduced a perfume under your name, which was famous in 1960 already,
Yeah.
that was it guaranteed that that perfume would be successful?
No, absolutely
What were
not.
the risks involved?
The risk involved were the money risk, but that was not important. The risk for us was, for the first time, we would have done something not successful, that's all. It was more
Right.
what we call proud of ourselves. And because a perfume is a success, you can know if a perfume is a success only after 3 years.
Really? It takes
Yes,
3 years
it takes
to know.
3 years to know.
Right.
It could be a success in 1 year, but to know if it's going a lasting success, then you have to wait about 3 years.
Well,
Because the first are gifts, most of it.
right.
Curiosity, try, and gift. And a perfume is successful when the woman buy it for herself.
And she goes back to replenish.
She goes back and she buy it,
Right.
and she buy it again, and she buy it again. She has adopted the thing.
What do you do when you're not experienced in fragrances and you decide to make a perfume? Did you decide finally, this is it? Make this one? What told you that Calèche, that first one, was?
Well, I asked 25 people, and I had 25 different opinions. Then I said, well, I will ask the smallest number. So I did ask 5 people, and it was 5 different opinions. And the date of the launching was already ready, and the smell was not chosen. So one day I said, tomorrow morning, before 8 o'clock, I will have to decide, and I did decide. That was the only way of doing it.
Now I'm fascinated. Those other scents, are they now called something else by another company, or are they just gone forever? That you
They're
didn't
mostly
choose?
gone. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're mostly gone, forever, or they would be shown 5 years from today.
I see. Well, then in 1973, you've told me you introduced then Equipage,
Yes.
which was a men's cologne,
Men's.
which has been successful. It's been 76. You should
Oh, yes,
know by
that-
now.
oh, yes.
It's-
Well,
it's a-
it's longer with the men.
Ah,
Because the men don't buy themselves
That's
very
right.
often. So it's more difficult because they have to say to their wife, do buy that for me. Otherwise, the wife is always inclined to buy something new.
right.
She has seen the advertising and say the most elegant man wear that, so she wants to have it. So they managed to insist that I still want to keep it, so it took longer
A
time.
little longer.